Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic, constitutional morality. It is very important from means point of view and comes under the syllabus of polity, GS2. And it's a very important concept to understand. Okay? Constitutional morality, there are some terms that you need to know. One is constitution, one is constitutionalism, and the one is constitutional morality. Constitution is a legal document. Okay. Constitutionalism is a principle which limits the power, the arbitrary power of the governments. So it's a principle, and this is a legal document. And constitutional morality is something different. There is something known as popular morality, or majority morality, or morality of the majority. And constitutional morality, it is different from the morality of the majority. It's different, it is not the same. These two are not the same. Okay. And constitutional morality is not defined in the constitution. It is defined? No, it is not defined in the constitution. This is also very important. So I'll take an example. I'll take of LGBTQ community. Okay. As per the majority morality, it is not very accepted. But constitutional morality does not only see the morality which is perceived by the majority or by the popular morality, but it sees the morality of the minority community as well. It sees that a society is inclusive, has to be inclusive. So it sees the morality which should be applicable to all, and which considers the liberty and freedom of all. Okay. So as per constitutional morality, LGBTQ community, they will be given right to gender identity, right to existence. They are accepted community as per constitutional morality. The same thing happened in Nas Foundation case, and we'll see about it. The Nas Foundation case was the one who used constitutional morality, who used constitutional morality to decriminalize homosexuality of section 377. So with this knowledge, we shall begin this topic. Okay. So how to introduce any question come on constitutional morality, you should know what is the definition of constitutional morality. So first of all, we will define it. The definition says adherence to the noble principles enshrined in the constitution. So whatever noble principles are in the constitution, they need to adhere to it. If we adhere to the noble principles in the constitution, then it is known as constitutional morality. It is in line with the ethos of constitutional democracy. So this is how you can define it. Okay. Then we have a very important view of Ambedkar. So Ambedkar view kya hai on constitutional morality? It's very important that you need to write it down in the answer. For Ambedkar, constitutional morality means an effective coordination. Let us first of all see, then we can explain about it. It means an effective coordination between conflicting interests of different people and administrative cooperation to resolve amicably without any confrontation among the various groups. ओके तो अंबेडकर क्या कहते हैं? अंबेडकर सेज कि देयर नीड्स टू बी एन इफेक्टिव कोऑर्डिनेशन बिटवीन पीपल्स ऑफ डिफरेंट कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग इंटरेस्ट. तो there are multiple peoples all have different conflictive interest, so if there is effective coordination between them and also administrative cooperation to resolve the dispute amicably without any confrontation between any groups is constitutional morality. So as per Ambedkar, constitutional morality is the balance between freedom and self-restraint, the freedom for some and restraint for others. Okay, and also very important observation you can mention your answer. Former CGI Deepak Mishra has given a very beautiful observation about this constitutional morality. As per him, he observed that the magnitude of constitutional morality, the magnitude of constitutional morality is not confined to the texts of the constitution. तो उसके हिसाब से as per Deepak Mishra, constitutional morality is not only the thing which is mentioned in the within the text of the constitution. It's not only, इसका magnitude सिर्फ उतना ही नहीं है जितना कि text है constitution का, but rather it embraces within itself a virtue of wider magnitude. ठीक है, ये अपने अंदर embrace करता है virtue of wider magnitude that ushers in a pluralistic and inclusive society. So as per him, constitutional morality encompasses all that virtues, everything which will usher into a pluralistic and inclusive society. So any virtue which will lead us to a pluralistic society, to an inclusive society, is constitutional morality. Is not only within the text, what is written within the text of the constitution. So using these three, one is the definition, second is the Ambedkar view, third is the former CGI Deepak Mishra view, you can introduce any question on constitutional morality, and also you can write that it is different from popular majority or popular morality or majority morality, and it is also not defined within the constitution, anywhere in the constitution. Okay, so this is how you can introduce any question on constitutional morality. Now you have to mention important Supreme Court judgments defining constitutional morality or talking about constitutional morality. The first one being Keshwanand Bharati case, which I talked about the basic structure of the constitution and also the constitutional morality. Herein the Supreme Court restricted the power of parliament, है ना, यहाँ पर it restricts the power of parliament to violate the basic structure of the constitution or the constitutional morality of the constitution. Okay, it restricts the power of parliament. It cannot amend the basic structure of the constitution, or it cannot amend the constitutional morality. Okay, second important case, as I've talked about, the Naz Foundation case or the Delhi High Court case of Naz Foundation. What did it say? Herein it lead to decriminalization of the homosexuality. Herein the Supreme Court, okay, in the Naz Foundation case, what did the court say? The court said only constitutional, Delhi High Court said only constitutional morality and not public morality should prevail. तो यहाँ पर इन्होंने constitutional morality को power दी over public morality, and that is how the homosexuality was decriminalized. But later on we knew that this case was later went to Supreme Court in the Suresh Kumar Kaushal case. In Suresh Kumar Kaushal case, it led to decriminalization. Then we have Nalsa case. Then we have the final, the Navtej Johar case, which is very important, of 2019, in which section 377 was declared unconstitutional, and right to gender identity was declared as a core element of Article 21 under right to privacy. Okay, so this is the second case, the Naz Foundation case. The third one is the Government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India case, the Lieutenant Governor issue. Herein the Supreme Court has said the constitutional morality, they have declared the constitutional morality as the governing idea. as the governing idea, and they have highlighted the need to preserve the trust of the people in the institutions of democracy. People in the institution of democracy. Okay. And also here the court equated, it's very important, the court equated constitutional morality as second basic structure doctrine. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ एनसीटी दिल्ली और वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया केस में क्या कहा गया, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मोरालिटी को एक गवर्निंग प्रिंसिपल इसमें आइडेंटिफाई किया गया और इसमें कहा गया इट इज देयर इज अ नीड टू प्रिजर्व द ट्रस्ट ऑफ द पीपल इन द इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ द डेमोक्रेसी एंड हियर इन दे इक्वेटेड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी एज द सेकेंड बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्ट्राइन. And the very important case, the Sabarimala case of 2018, where Supreme Court has bypassed the Supreme Court bypassed the doctrine of essentiality. Doctrine of essentiality किस केस में आया था, शिरूर मठ केस ऑफ 1954. So they have bypassed that constitutional morality to uphold, sorry, they have bypassed the doctrine of essentiality to uphold the constitutional morality. Okay. In Sabarimala case, they have said the morality in Article 25 and 26 must mean constitutional morality and not popular morality. And they said that the existing structure of social discrimination must be evaluated through the prisms of constitutional morality. Okay, तो साबरीमाला केस में क्या हुआ था, they have bypassed the doctrine of essentiality and they have upholded constitutional morality. They said the morality in Article 25 and 26 means constitutional morality and all the existing structure of social discrimination must be evaluated through the prisms of constitutional morality. So these are the four important cases. You all have to write them. Keshavananda Bharati case, Nas Foundation case, Government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India case, and the very important Sabarimala case. Okay, now we can see elements of constitutional morality. You can make a diagram here. Elements of constitutional morality, and then you can write few things जैसे कि rule of law, freedom of speech and expression, then you have liberty, justice, है ना, equality, fraternity, all preamble principles, freedom of religion, anything, whatever you remember, you write 5-6 elements here, and these could be the elements of this thing. Okay, elements of this constitutional morality. Okay, next we can see the importance of constitutional morality. Importance is it ensures the ultimate aim of the constitution. It promotes and reinforces the democratic ideals of the nation, of the constitution. So it will lead us to achieve the ultimate aim of the constitution. It will help us achieve the ultimate aim of the constitution. It will help us reinforce the democratic ideals of the nations. Okay, it is an opportunity to uphold the full potential of an individual, of a citizen. Okay, then it ensures the establishment of rule of law. Okay, then because constitutional morality itself is a commitment to liberty, constitutional supremacy, parliamentary form of government, and etc., rule of law, equality, etc. So it will help us establish the rule of law. Then constitutional morality can change the persisting social morality. Example, Sabarimala case. Okay, and then we have constitutional morality recognize the plurality and the diversity in the society and tries to make the society more inclusive. Example, you can talk about the LGBTQ community. Okay, now इसके अंदर you can talk about the Navtej Johar case or the Nas Foundation case. Okay, then it's a step toward achieving constitutionalism, and I have talked about what is constitution. It is a principle of limited government. Okay, then in India it is very important. Constitutional morality is essential in India, where we have manual scavenging. We have manual scavenging in India. We have honor crimes going in India, है ना. We have communalism, communal violence in India. So constitutional morality becomes very important case of India. Okay, so these are the few importance of constitutional morality. Now let us see what are the concerns. First concern is not defined. There is no subjective, there is no basis of it, no textual basis, no text basis of this concept, is this doctrine. Okay, so it will lead to subjective interpretation by different judges. Okay, and this could lead to judicial activism or judicial overreach. Okay, it leads to a top down approach, because यहाँ पे क्या होगा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज interpreting and implementing the constitutional moralities, okay, and it is correcting the ethical ills of the society, so it will hinder the organic emergence or solution to any ethical problem of the society. Normally society solves its ethical problems, but now here in the Supreme Court will come and will solve the ethical ills, so it will be a top down direct implementation, so it will lead to some chaos. जैसे example क्या हुआ, सबरीमाला case Supreme Court interpreted, but it leads to lots of protests by the society, because the society was not ready. Okay. So the third, it violates the principle of separation of power. Okay, because this is the function of the legislative wing. Okay, herein, so it is leading to what? Judicial overreach. It might be against the popular majority, as we know. There might be LGBT community. Then Nas Foundation cases against popular majority. Then we have the Sabrimala cases also against popular majority. So it's a concern. Next, the in recent past, the Attorney General of India, K.K. Venugopal, he described constitutional morality as dangerous to the country. He said constitutional morality is dangerous to the country. The reason he said that Supreme Court, because it is causing, Supreme Court is slowly transforming into a third parliament chamber. And it is also, so he has described it as dangerous. Why so? Because it is leading to judicial overreach. It is making Supreme Court a third parliament chamber. Okay, and so these are the concerns. Okay, then measures to uphold. So we have in recent multiple changes have happened, like Article 370 dilution, the multiple federalism issues which go on daily, like then there are Citizenship Amendment Act. So these are some of the challenges to constitutional moralities. Okay, now because we have upcoming challenges which comes, we have secularism as a challenge. Okay, then multiple more challenges are there, so we need to uphold constitutional morality. Then how can we uphold? We have to criticize and raise our voice against non-constitutional practices. Okay, then we have to raise awareness among public about constitutional morality. How can we do that? We can have conduct programs in schools. Okay, and also I talked about we can see that we need a standard definition of constitutional moralities also. We need a standard definition of constitutional morality, because it's not defined anywhere and it leads to subjective interpretation of different judges. Okay, so this you can write in the forward of measures. Then conclusion, how can you conclude a question on this? You can say that constitutional morality is important for constitutional laws to be effective. You can say that constitutional morality is important. Okay, because it is important for constitutional laws to be effective. Why? Because without constitutional morality, the operation of a constitution tends to become arbitrary and erratic. So बिना constitutionalism के लिए constitution become arbitrary and erratic. So we need constitutional morality. And also you can say that in the past few years, the Supreme Court or the courts have set progressive and monumental precedents by applying constitutional morality, especially in the case of gender justice. Now we have applied in gender justice, institutional propriety, then social uplift, and checking majoritarianism. So you can conclude saying the importance of constitutional morality in the constitution, and what judiciary has achieved in the past using constitutional morality. So this is all about constitutional morality. Thank you so much.